Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. My name is Josh. I sell used books on eBay, Amazon, some other places, and that is what I do to support my family. That is where like 95% of our income comes from. Today what we were doing is we were talking about beginning of the year store reset that I basically do. So let's just put it that way. So this is for my eBay store. So what we're going to be doing is we're going to be going into the oldest 10% of the items in my store, and I am going to be just basically slashing those prices, dealing with them. We have, I don't know, thousands of items listed, over 10,000 items. I can never remember how many. If you guys have been watching the channel for a while, you probably have just as good of an idea as me. I want to say it's around 13,000. But anyways, we're going to go to the oldest 10% of items and deal with them. These items have been listed several years, and depending on what they are, they're going to need different things done to them. Some things will just need ended and relisted. Things like yearbooks. Yearbooks, I'm going to end and relist. Also, I'm going to list those at $40 a piece when I relist them. Typically, I've been listing yearbooks at $30, but in 2025, we're going to up that to $40 and see how that goes. The reason I'm raising the price is just basic inflation. And the reason I'm ending and relisting yearbooks instead of lowering the price or something is because the price isn't the problem with them. The problem is the right person just hasn't came along yet. So we're just going to give those more time to get the right person to come along. Sewing machine parts, a big part of my store. Not something I'm listing a lot of anymore, but those have the same problem. They just haven't had the right person come along. So we're going to end and relist those at $17 plus shipping. Let's talk small items. I don't know. Maybe something like these shark bite connectors, stuff like this. Stuff I'm not necessarily putting in the store anymore. Remotes. We are going to lower the price on that drastically. So the price is either going to be cut in half, so like $40 down to $20, $20 down to $10. But I am going to put a minimum on that of $6. So this remote, we are going to lower the price of it to $6. However, if it's already at $6 or below, it's just going to get delisted and donated. Or maybe if I got a lot of like 100 remotes, we will list a lot of 100 remotes. I know I don't for remotes, but you get the idea. Stuff that is already at that minimum threshold, which for small items is going to be $6, it's coming out of the store. It might end up back in the store in a big lot, but probably not. Okay. Bigger items, heavier items like, I don't know, I can't find anything right here. This vacuum, we are going to lower those items down to a minimum of $10. The reason the minimum is higher for bigger items is because they take up more space and their shipping cost is higher, which makes the whole fee structure higher. So cutting stuff in half or lowering it down to that minimum. If it's already at that minimum, we're just going to get rid of it. Okay. Books. I'm not going to worry about the size of the book. We're just going to say $6 for their minimum. Same thing with my other media. We're just going to say $6 for the minimum. Okay. Seems like there was other stuff. Let me go look at my little notes that I've been making for this plan. Make sure I got everything covered. Okay. A couple more categories. Hats like this. We are going to end and relist those at $12 plus shipping. Hats, usually you're not competing. Like usually somebody doesn't have this same exact hat listed on eBay. So a lot of times you're just kind of waiting for the right buyer to come along and be like, I like that hat and want to buy it. So we're going to relist those all at $12 plus shipping. Plus that is a part of how I use my top stock a lot of times is to store those hats. I'm not storing books up there, so I don't care how long it takes these hats to sell. We're going to relist them, $12 plus shipping. Photographs, something else. I'm not worried about the space they take up because they all sit in this box. So those are going to get ended and relisted. I am going to drop the price of those just $1 a piece. I just kind of want to move through some of the ones I have. I have most of mine listed at $10 plus shipping. So any that get ended and relisted, we will put at $9 plus shipping. But that is all the categories that we have. That is the plan for this big store reset that I like to do. I like to do this every January. Every January I do things slightly differently. My bottom number keeps coming up. Right now my bottom number is $6. Anything under $6 is just getting out of the store if it's that oldest 10% of items in the store. I am only doing this to the oldest 10% of items in my store. This is my plan for basically the next 7 days-ish to work on this. It probably won't take that whole time, but I kind of take this time of year a little bit easier because sales are slow this time of year. It's just part of the store. Maybe they're slow because I'm not listing. I don't know. I have not listed since before Christmas, and it is currently January 1st. We have sold 15 things in the last 2 days. Is USPS even running today? I think they are. I'm going to ship this out. But anyways, I'm going to show you guys what sold a little bit, and then we might talk about the store reset a little bit more, but let's see what sold. Okay, starting on the ground, we do have one big lot of records. Accepted a lower offer, getting them out. Glad to see it going. And then we got a whole bunch of stuff up here. We've got this like old knit sweater clothing. We are accepting any reasonable offer on to get it out of the store. Same thing with this pearl snap shirt. This is kind of cool. This is an In-N-Out burger shirt from let's say 1985, 1986. Pretty neat. Here is a power supply board to a Bernina sewing machine. Got like $100 for that. So glad to see some sewing machine parts selling. We do have some book type stuff. Central Machinery 4.5-inch metal cutting bandsaw instruction manual. Pretty cool. I was kind of, when I listed this, I was like, I don't know if this is going to sell, but I put it up for $15. The 2002 U.S. Master Tax Guide. I don't know who's needing this in the new year, but somebody is way behind on their taxes apparently. Got like $12.75 for it or something. So we got some jeans. This is a pair of Vigos jeans. These are not in a bag because these are one of the few pairs of jeans I have listed since I left behind my old system of storing clothing. We left it behind just because we're not listing much clothing anymore. However, about once a month, I will go and just list some random stuff. Sometimes jeans will be in that. One more pair of jeans. Another sewing machine part. And last but not least, a Boozy Bear. Somebody bought this New Year's Eve. So I'm guessing they saw one somewhere. But these, like, you can put a whole wine bottle in them. They got like a giant flask in them. There's enough in there to hold a wine bottle. The little hat comes off so you can drink out of it. I don't know. Got lots of those in the store. If you want a deal, send me a message. We got regular. We've got St. Patrick's Day, we've got the Pirates, and we've got like a Cinco de Mayo bear. But anyways, let's talk about the store reset that we're doing again. So yeah, the reason that we do this reset is, number one, the big reason that we do this reset is, well, there's a couple reasons. Number one, I'm much better at this business than I was a couple of years ago. So getting some of that old junk out of the store that would not be currently listing can be beneficial, okay? Now, there could be something for just leave it in the store. It'll sell eventually. You've already put all the work into it besides shipping. But at some point, the storage unit gets filled up. I do not want to have a third unit. It would probably be beneficial to have a third unit, but I just don't want one. I just want to keep this at 2. And we are running out of space. I have these carts all the way filled up that are not supposed to have stuff on them, but they always seem to have stuff on them. So we're going to be condensing things in this unit a whole lot because of that. And just getting some more space. Also, just the market changes on things. Sometimes something costs a lot more, and over the last couple of years, that price has dropped so much where it just doesn't make sense to sell those items anymore. So that's why we're doing this, just to get some of the junk out of the store that I shouldn't have listed to begin with, or to get junk out of the store that is now worthless, that was potentially worth something before. But that's the plan. $6 is our minimum price. Nothing under $6 is going to stay in the store as far as stuff in the oldest 10% of items. I'm not going to go through my whole store and do this to it right now. Also, that a lot of those items that we're leaving at $6, they're going to sell cheaper than that because a lot of that stuff I'm going to be doing markdown sales on throughout the next 12 months. But anyways, what are you guys doing beginning of January? Are you guys doing any sort of store maintenance, clean out type stuff? This is what I'm doing. I think it helps the health of the store a lot. But yeah, anyways, see you guys later. Goodbye. I found 3 more things: sewing machine part, CD, and book. There's also books at home, so I'll put that up on the screen. About missed this. I think that was everything in there. Hopefully that's everything now.